it's an amazing opportunity for investors that are willing to take risk because even the growth ratio is so high. This is to say that the potential is so huge and the competition is low. It's not that much. So when you go out there, you find yourself one of the only operators in those markets, and you realize that there is so much resource, like there's so much resource. And if we have to talk specifically about the Congo, if a market with a potential of 24 trillion US dollars, that is so much. And most of that potential hasn't been explored yet.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone I'm looking forward to chatting with, Nathan Tshintu, who is a rising global thinker and investment strategist who's founded Congo Investment Group and New Dill Investments. So excited to have you here today, Nathan.
To have me.
Of course. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching connecting emerging markets and international markets with U.S. opportunities. So lots to dive into.
Sounds good. My name is Nathan Tshintu. I'm the founder and CEO of Congo Investment Group, and this is an investment and advisory company that focuses on emerging markets. And also, I've been working with different international and global organizations like the World Bank. I've also worked with Fidelity Investments in the past, and I've also attended a few research programs at Harvard Business School. I'm happy to be here today to talk about investment strategies around the world.
Awesome. Yeah, first off, can you share what your main focus is?
So my current main focus is on emerging market because I believe that is where there is untapped potential. They are so huge and the competition is not that much. So we believe that is a very big opportunity for investors that are interested in emerging markets.
What are some examples of emerging markets that you work with?
We are currently focusing on the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is a country with, like I said, untapped potential. The wealth of the country is estimated around 24 trillion US dollars. And I believe the assets that country has are underpriced. So that is a huge potential for investors that will be able to take that risk and see how they can explore the potential.
Awesome. How did you get started connecting with these emerging markets?
That's a very good question. I'm originally from the Congo, and I moved to the US a little over 8 years now. And I was living in Maryland, and then I moved to Boston, Massachusetts, when I came to do my master's in international business, where I got to meet different people from all over the world. And we really looked deeper into the potentials from around the world. And surprisingly enough, I went to realize that the Congo itself is a huge, huge market with huge potential. unlike many other countries. But also we went through different other countries around the world. And the ones that I was more familiar with was, of course, the Congo and different other countries that I've visited in the past. So that's how I ended up on focusing on the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah, so cool. That's very unique.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. What have been some of the main keys that have allowed your business to grow and to be able to run smoothly?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
That's a great question too. One of the main keys that helped me grow as a business is the fact that I was surrounded by very interesting people, smart ones, amazing, the ones that are actually willing to take a risk, and the ones that could see through things the way I see through things. They could identify potential where I would say many people are not willing to, and take that extra risk, with a leap of faith. So the team has been very, very productive, and it's been one of the key factors as to why we are actually growing fast.
Absolutely. So, what do some of your investment strategies look like? Can you expand more on how you're approaching these new markets?
Yes. So first off, we identify deals. If this is a business that's like a small or medium-sized business, and we look closer to see if they are seeking funds to expand or just are trying to exit the business. And we see the potential that the business has. If the owner knows what they've been doing for a long time, or just someone who has been attempting, on leading or managing his business, but then, it needs to go far, but we can actually identify the potential the business has. Then we check if that is a match for, our investment philosophy, and then go ahead. So like if I have to be concrete, there is this chocolate business, how we call it, based off Congo. The owner owns around 80 hectares of land, and they actually produce chocolate and its derivatives. So back then, like I think we got to know about this business around 2023 August, I believe. And back then the business was still very small. They were a small company, but with huge potential, high demand, and different supermarkets were actually looking to see if they could, provide such products and see how they can, sign partnership agreements. So we identified that business, and the owner was willing to, jump on a call with us. We talked to them. They told us about what they needed at that time. And, that was one of the businesses that up to now they consistently show big growth rates, and that is one of the philosophy we actually use, in approaching such operations.
Yeah, amazing. So, how does your business combine the US opportunities with the international markets? Where is that? Yeah, how does that work?
Yes. So we have different partners whose risk level are pretty high and that are willing to take such risks because they know and recognize the potential that emerging markets have. And we go to those, talk with them, and introduce our different deals, the ones we're working on. And we show them the potential that's, the growth potential, but also the return on the potential return on their investment. And, if they're interested in, taking that risk, that's how we actually go about it. But like more often, the investors that are interested in emerging markets are interested in three specific aspects of emerging markets. They want to make sure they get their investment back, they also want to make sure the time is as short as possible, because for most, they believe that the longer the time is, the higher the risk is, especially in a known market. And the third thing, they want to make sure they are willing to exit if if they can't get their money back as soon as possible. They want to make sure if they want to exit, and there is a guarantee that they will actually get their money back, but also, some growth on that. So one other thing they really pay attention to is the management. How is the business being managed? Where is the environment? How is the team? Do they really like what they do? Do they understand what they do? So those are like different aspects that investors focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's important. Are there other markets that you're focusing on besides Congo?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yes, we do focus on different other emerging markets, but there is a deal that we actually worked on here in the US, and the investor was based in the US, and the business owner was also based in Michigan here in the US. So I wouldn't say we only work in the Congo. We work wherever there is opportunity and wherever there is potential. And like everybody knows, the US market is the most stable one, and the ones that is more dynamic. So it happens for us to work in the US as well.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. What are you most focused on solving or scaling to next in your business?
So we have a team that is expanding rapidly, and we are just trying to get more deals on board and see how we can get more investors into emerging markets. That's the goal we are trying to focus on next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yes, we hope to actually grow by 40% next year, because the opportunity is so large, and we want to go all in and explore that opportunity.
Amazing. In order to achieve that goal, what are some of the action steps that you need to take?
That's another good question. So of course, I can't lay out all these strategies because most of them are internal. But if I have to respond to that question, uh, of course we have a team that is amazing, and we are trying to add more people, because the more we are, the more productive we tend to be, especially if the team is great and there is that connection between us. Another thing is we are aiming for more investors that are willing to take that risk, especially in emerging market, because the potential is so large, but the labor is not that much, and one last thing that we are trying to really focus on is to build a strong investment ecosystem that guarantees investors that their investments are safe, and there is a level of growth that they should be able, and they should actually be optimistic about. So that's one thing we are really trying to focus on by next year, by the third quarter of next year.
Yeah, that's amazing. That makes sense. So, what are some of the ways that you invest? Because there's, short-term investing, buy and hold, fix and flip. Is there a certain direction that your firm works with?
Yes, I would say we focus more on short-term investing, only because of the risk factor. And most investors don't feel comfortable with buy and hold in emerging markets. You don't feel safe with investing in companies in specific areas that have historically been unstable. So they want to make sure they invest for a short-term period, but also they measure the risks in that specific area and see if if they're gonna take the longest routes, they want to make sure it's safe. It's safe enough to guarantee their, their return, but also that there is a growth potential. So
Yeah.
we look at it as a private equity where we either buy equity there or we just buy the full business and see if there is a potential exits, in a very short term, and then we decide on going or not going on that.
Yeah, absolutely. How has it been so far investing in these new markets? What have you learned?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yes, it's been challenging and very fun, because you end up realizing the competition is not very much, and the challenge, of course, are still there because there are different risk factors, like political risk, business risk, liquidity risk sometimes, and that gives you some type of wisdom to actually hedge on those risks. One other thing that I learned since we started this business, is it's actually helped me to be more resilient, and to keep pushing whenever, there is a huge obstacle and you don't see the results, as soon as you wanted to see them. But you get to understand that you have to keep going, you have to be patient enough, you have to be consistent, and people are actually willing to do business with you as long as they see value in you. That's one of the key lessons I learned.
Yes, that's important. So, what has supported your growth in the business? Maybe certain networking strategies or certain connections. What has been the biggest difference for you?
Yes, I actually do network a lot. I'd say I'm very comfortable with meeting new people, talking about their objectives, hearing from them, hearing from their strategies, hearing what has made them successful, what are the obstacles they faced. Those have been big, factors in helping me grow and helping the business grow as well. And I get to be invited to podcasts, to different events like this one, and I actually thank you guys for inviting me here. So we get to talk with more people, put ourselves out there, get people to learn more about what we do, and open up to listen to people. Because it's very important to get people to listen to you, but to also listen to what people have to tell you. So those have been very helpful in helping me build that network, but also getting to get more deals on boards thanks to that.
Absolutely. What would you say is the biggest factor that makes investing in these other markets outside of the US a good opportunity for people?
It's an amazing opportunity for investors that are willing to take risk because even the growth ratio is so high. This is to say that the potential is so huge, and the competition is low. It's not that much. So when you go out there, you find yourself one of the only operators in those markets, and you realize that there is so much resource, like there's so much resource. And if we have to talk specifically about the Congo, if a market with a potential of 24 trillion US dollars, that is so much. And most of that potential hasn't been explored yet. So when you get investors in those markets and they realize that the growth potential is so large, they're actually willing to take more risks and see how they can pour more funds into those markets because the return is pretty much. And we focus on three specific sectors. the energy, the agriculture, and the mining sector. With the mining sector, the country has some of the largest and most interesting products, largest reserves. And the Congo has huge reserves of copper, which are high grades, 3% versus 1% globally. That 1% is the average around the world, but the Congo has up to 3% of high grades in copper. They have huge reserves of lithium that are used for, electric vehicle, battery manufacturing, and including and they have huge reserves of cobalt used for smartphone in the manufacturing of smartphone. So those are high demand minerals, high demand minerals, and there will be high demand for the next 40 years, the next 4 decades, and that is a huge opportunity. One of the biggest opportunities I'd mention is the fact that those products are undervalued. So when you go into that market with undervalued product, yet the demand is so large around the world, that is a huge growth potential.
Yeah, absolutely. What an exciting opportunity to be a part of.
Yeah, it's amazing. And if I have to mention about agriculture as well, the Congo owns around 905,000 square miles of land, and that is around 8,000 square kilometers of arable soil. So that's huge for agriculture. And we've been working with different farmers as well, like the one I mentioned, and they have huge opportunity for growth, but they are also looking for industrializing, ways to industrialize their operations. So it's been a very interesting and pretty challenging experience.
Yeah, amazing. So powerful what you're doing. So before we wrap up here, if somebody wants to reach out, connect, learn more, where can people find you?
Yes, they'll typically find us to have a website, www.congoinvestmentgroup.com. Same for LinkedIn, same name, congoinvestmentgroup.com. Our phone number is 443-531-7516. And our email address is contact@congoinvestmentgroup.com.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate your time, your story, your perspective. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Of course. And for those tuning into the show, if you got value, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations with operators like Nathan who are building real businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.